Situations and conversations with Trey Renee. Real situations, real conversations. Empowering the community leads to elevation. Entertainment and education, no better time than now. Pure enlightenment for the crowd. This is Situations and Conversations with Trey Renee.
Today on Situations and Conversations, Portland transplant turned actor Hasaan Thomas. He stars as himself in a series that walks the fine line between comedy and confrontation. Let's talk about the city, the series, and why Hasaan hates Portland. Or maybe he just loves it in a complicated way. Get ready. The conversation starts right now. I am so honored to have the Hasaan Thomas of Hasaan Hates Portland in studio with me today. Welcome to the show, Hasaan.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. This is cool. This is great.
I know. You know what? All pre-production, I was telling my team, there is this show. And they were like, yeah, no, we know. And I'm like, okay, good. That's who I want on the show. Hasaan has got to come on and explain what this is all about. So first of all, for those who are not familiar, tell us a little bit about this show.
This show is, it's about being Black in Portland.
Okay.
It's about traversing, just the landscapes of what's supposed to be a hyper-liberal community, city, and pointing out some of the hypocrisies, contradictions, and just, how performative it can be rather than actionable.
Right. I mean, for those of us who are Black living in Portland, we get it right off top. I mean, I think this is one of the reasons why your show is so popular. Were you ready for the popularity?
We could say yes, but no, you're never ready. You prepare for it, you work for it. That's what, it's what we made it for. We made it to send a message that hits and that resonates with everybody. But, yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy to see it just happen. Up. Yeah. Like move out of the space of your mind,
It is beautiful when your baby reality comes to life. Right. But let's get some background. Hasaan hates Portland, but are you from here, or how did this all come about?
I moved to Portland in 1998, the summer of 98, from Phoenix, Arizona. And
also not the blackest of the Black cities.
Not the blackest of the Black, no. And, Arizona has its own issue. Everywhere has its issues with us.
Well, that's deep in the historical fabric of America. But yeah, okay, so what brought you to Portland?
I was ready for a change. I was in the music industry, working in production, performing, things of that nature. Also brand consulting, just things of that, kind of like a jack of all trades, Swiss Army knife, creative, if you say.
Clearly, and you thought being here was going to be the thing?
And I had a friend that I knew at Arizona State who was from Corvallis, who was moving to Portland and was just like, hey, I kind of know you're tired of, Phoenix. Why don't you come check out Portland?
So come to Portland.
And I was just, I didn't know much about Portland. Honestly, the thing that came to mind, and I consider myself to be well-versed, enough about what's going on in, relatively well-known cities, cultural hubs, whatever. But I didn't know anything about Portland. The first thing that came out of my mouth was, I hear they have good weed, right?
That is, and good food.
And good food. I don't know if it was known for the food back then.
Oh, well, okay. Well, most certainly now. But always, I guess, for the greenery. Let's just call it greenery.
There we go. The agriculture.
There you go. I like the framing. You are in branding. Okay. So when you got here, when did you realize that you hated Portland? And what exactly is your beef with this fabulous Rose City of ours?
I mean, when did I realize that I hated Portland? I'll tell you this. When I got here, the first brother I saw, real talk, was dressed like MC Hammer to the T. The cut, the glasses, the full fit.
What?
Yep. I hopped off the plane, took the bus. There was no Max. Took the bus down to Pioneer Square, got out. The first black person I saw in Portland was dressed like MC Hammer. And at that moment, I had questions about what I got myself into. I know we're not supposed to talk about Hammer because Hammer is actually a real G. Love you, Hammer.
Yes,
but
indeed.
You know.
But the outfit it's costumey.
It was yeah.
Huh.
So
that threw you.
It threw me.
Okay, and then from there, did it just progressively get? Did you have more hatred as you went along?
It wasn't even hate. I was just like, okay, this is. It felt like the Wizard of Oz or something. And then, you know, so from that, my introduction to my first black person in Portland was then came into contact with the whites, the well-meaning whites.
The well-meaning whites.
Yes.
Oh, do tell. For those who aren't really clear on what that may mean, why don't you expound on that for us?
That is, it just became more dynamic as time went on, where you realize that it's not everybody, but there's a large enough segment of people that, like I said, they perform their allyship.
Wow, that's actually really deep.
You know, and they're the whole communal, let's get together and be creative and be Portland and be weird. And, you know, but you start to find out that there's a criteria to being weird and what that looks like. And so, you know, it's the hypocrisy. It's like a space that's
100%.
Yeah, a space that's supposed to be like uber creative, you know, hyper welcoming and diverse. And you just look around and you're like, where's the diversity? It's like 50 Shades of White.
I mean, it's not true. Okay. And so the hard part is when you do try and reconcile, or how do you reconcile the fact that Portland loves to come across as so liberal, so progressive. I wouldn't say that Portlanders think that they're woke, but they act like they're not asleep. So when you come around with your, you know, sense of self, you seem like a very confident person. I mean, anybody that walks around with blue glasses, electric blue at that, I mean, I'm already like, yes, I see you, my brother. I see you, right? It's not hammer pants, but you're definitely standing out.
You know, get a little taste.
Just a little. I like the style. I like it. But I say that to say, like, you seem very confident. You know who you are. And when you walk into these spaces where people are acting like they're welcoming all of this and want to embrace it and, you know, yes. And then really behind the scenes, it's like, but maybe not so much of that, or maybe a little less of that. And all of a sudden you look up and you're like, well, wait a minute. I thought we were embracing weirdness in all the wonderful ways in Portland. I thought that this was supposed to be diverse and everybody's accepted and we all doing our thing, but maybe not so much.
Maybe not so much.
Maybe not so much.
And I think, so to answer your question, I would say that, I mean, I think all of us being Black experience these things. And it's really just a matter of how you handle it. You know, for a long time, I was angry.
Is that why the Hasaan Hates Portland? Because we have to get into that show itself. Like, first of all, the title is very provocative. It's going to make people go, wait, what, who, what, when, where, how, and why, right?
So that's all Misha.
Okay, now who is Misha?
Misha is the writer-creator.
Okay, now how much of this, well, thank you, shout out to Misha. How much of this is actual acting? Because you said you're creative versus real experiences, or is it just acting out real experiences?
It's all of the above. I mean, it requires, effectively it's not a documentary, but it's hard for it not to be, when it bears your name, when it bears, your sensibilities, your sense of humor. But, that's also Misha taking, what's been years of us having, a professional and a personal relationship and just exchanging, barbs as Black men, about what it's like. He's from here.
So things are starting to make a little bit more sense. So he's from here. And so having that perspective and you not being from here, how do you think Black Portlanders are taking the show that are like really from here, homegrown? From
what I can tell and from everyone that I know and that I'm in contact with, it's literally the first thing is thank you. Finally.
I have to agree.
I should have made this show. I've been like,
I want to be on this show. As a matter of fact, can I put it out there right now? Everybody sign the petition. I want to be on Hasaan Hates Portland.
Cameo. Listen.
Little Trey Renee, little signature right there. Because there's some experiences, as I'm sure you know, that we all have sort of had collectively, and then there's some nuances that are particular to individuals.
And I think that would be great. It's not necessarily up to me. I have some input or whatever, some say, working with Misha. But yeah, I think that would be great to get other Black faces. Can we say that?
Of course we can.
All right.
Black faces. We're two Black faces.
Black bodies, Black entities, personalities on the show and get a diverse, gambit of reaction, and perspective, because it's not just me.
No, it isn't.
Not just the Hasaan character.
That's why it's resonating with people. And so what do you want people to get out of it? All the people, including the white people.
I want people to get, first of all, humor, because the humor of this, I'll say, and I was going through some really dark times, to be candid with you, before we started shooting this. Just a culmination of being in the city and trying to make your way, carve your path, personally and professionally. It's been difficult when you show up as a confident, or and not even, arrogant or whatever, but just, hey, this is me.
Right.
This is who I am. This is what I have to say. This is what I think and what I feel.
Unapologetic.
Yep. But you'll find that many places will identify that and quickly work to break you, buck breaking, as they call it.
Another historical piece. I mean, these are all in the fabric, as I said earlier, of America. Yeah. But it's up to you and us and all of us collectively, but also individually, to break that for ourselves. Yes. Period. We cannot expect anybody else to do it. And this is one of the reasons why I love your show. And I'm so honored that you graced us with your presence. Please don't ever come out with an episode that Hasaan hates situations and conversations, though. You love us, right?
We love you.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So
yeah,
people can find the show on YouTube.
People can find the show on YouTube, Instagram. Those are the two main spots. I think we might be up on it, but the whole production entity the company that we work through is called Jumptown Films.
All right.
And so we have a lot of other projects on there that are done and up and running. We got other ones that are up and coming. But yeah, in the end, I want everyone to laugh, and be able to approach these topics, these serious topics, with humor, because that's what saved me. That's what the humor of this the show was therapy.
I love it. Well, let's continue the therapeutic experience, because I do not want this or you to go away. Don't hate it so much that you ever leave, okay? Thank you so much for being here. So honored. All right, we'll be right back with more Situations and Conversations next. In today's Hey Trey, we are spotlighting one of my favorite people, Abibat Durosimi and her fabulous Bloom Runway. This fabulous fashion event is back after a 5-year hiatus, showcasing and celebrating BIPOC designers, cultural heritage, and community joy. So let's get into it. I am here with the uber fabulous Abibat Durosimi of Bloom Agency, baby. Bloom Runway is back.
Yes, it is, girl. Hey,
So
Trey.
excited.
Oh, my goodness. I am so excited, too. It's been 5 years. Girl, and man, 5 years.
Wait.
Yeah.
5 years since you did that first runway show
Yes.
that I was so honored to be able to MC.
Well, thank you. Yes, at the World Trade Center. It was like in 2018.
Wow.
Yeah. And we did about 4 or 5 after that. And then the COVID hit, the pandemic hit. And we were like, what to do?
Yeah.
Well, what I did was focus on my babies and figure out exactly what Bloom really fully looked like, right? So in the beginning, it was called Bloom Beauty Collective. And the whole idea of that name was to bring different people from the beauty and fashion background or industry to come together as a collective and to create a safe space for all of us to share our experiences as people of color in the industry, outer beauty, but then also the wellness part, the mental, because us creatives, we're sensitive about our ish.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Oh, yes.
So
And you take it very, very seriously. And it was such an experience every time that we got together and you allowed me to be a part of the Bloom experience. You really are always bringing in so many fantastic people, creatives, designers, hair, makeup, models. I mean, just you really represent Portland in such a diverse and beautiful way. I just want to give you your flowers. You know what?
I get my flower.
Team, I need flowers on the set.
Bloom.
Yes, right. You are blooming, and now with Bloom Runway coming back on June 21st.
Yes, it is.
Tell us about the event.
It's going to be at the Melody Ballroom Event Center. And I'm really excited because we're creating a story. We're sharing our story from the origin of where fashion comes from the fabrics to the dye to how we influence other brands and commercial brands out there that like our swag, our drip, or whatever, right? And then,
Things we bring.
all the things we bring, and then what we also bring to the table when it comes to functional wear, outdoor wear, and then also how we show up for our best selves.
Really, really excited. I'm really looking forward to this. You have tapped me again
Yes.
to MC as well as do you even have me doing some red carpet?
Yes, we are. Yes, as you will be, of course, interviewing our amazing talents and creatives and professionals, as well as politicians,
All the
all the dignitaries, in Portland. So like something like this, like fashion and music, that's what brings us all together, right? And I felt like, well, let's have that. Bloom Runway. Let's give Portland a little something, because we are not seen as fabulous creatives out here. I think we're hidden, and we don't have a safe platform for us to shine.
Okay, yeah. So what will people expect when they step into the Bloom Runway experience?
Yes. Well, of course, if you end up getting those VIP tickets, you could definitely experience the first people to step into the showroom, see all the amazing designers' work pieces, have more details, be able to network with each other, and be able to fully experience the whole fashion runway. We have Portland Fashion Institute that is a great partner of ours. There we're showcasing emerging designers. So basically, it's not just us having an event, it's also going back into the community, showing the next generation about what we do and how we do it. And, Portland Fashion Institute has been a great partner for that. Right? And then, of course, we're showing our elite designers who've been in the game for over 5-10 years, and to be able to show out their best work. And I'm just really glad that I've been blessed to connect with the right people to fully be able to bring Bloom Runway back again.
Yeah.
It's definitely been a challenge. Just, in the past 5 years, wasn't sure if, being back outside is a thing, right? And I think in 2025, number 9, and that's why we call it Dynasty 9, because we're bringing it back. We're bringing back our legacy and showcasing to our next generation that, like, yes, you can definitely do this too, and there is a space for that. And and Bloom is never going to back down when it comes to people of color and creatives in the entertainment world, because we don't get seen as much, right?
Well, that is exactly what you're doing. And speaking of being seen
Yeah.
and connecting, I understand that we have one of your local designers that's going to be featured in the show.
Yes,
Here.
we do. Yes, we do.
So let's check it out.
Okay, let's do it. Abibat here with Jordan Jackson of A Man and Man. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you showcase at our Bloom Runway comeback.
Yes.
Yes. So I know we connected a few years back, 5 years ago, and you did our very last runway called the Rhythm Runway, and you were able to collab with Jason Murphy and
Robert Lewis.
Robert Lewis. Yes, exactly. And now you're back doing your own and with your wife too, right?
Yeah.
Yes, please, Danielle.
Danielle.
Yes. I'm sorry that she wasn't able to make it, but I'm glad that you're here.
Yeah.
So talk to us about your pieces, about Amen and Men Studio.
Okay, so as Abibat mentioned, Amen Amen Studio is a collaborative practice between myself and Danielle McCoy, my wife. And we use our studio to kind of just platform our African diasporic backgrounds with graphic design, print design, and apparel design as well. And so a big part of our collection or of our studio is our fashion line. It's made up of 2 parts. We have a studio collection, which are pieces that we make in-house from vintage and new productions of West African textiles that we work with artisans to produce. And then we also have a ready-to-wear collection, which are the pieces that we have on display here.
Yes.
These are pieces that we've made in partnership with manufacturers in Nigeria.
Okay.
And so
my homeland.
yeah, so
Yes.
last year we traveled to Lagos and we worked with the artisans to do the dyeing techniques that you see,
Yes.
as well as the construction. And so all of our textiles here are from northern Nigeria in Funtua in the Kano region or Katsina region, and they are hand dyed. And the material, everything is grown from Nigeria and produced. So,
Oh, this is amazing. I mean, I love the traditional line of the buba here, but the material is dense but very lightweight. And I know that once you could wash this like for 20 years back and back, and the color will still be existent, right? It won't fade. And
this is a kola nut dye. So
the kola nut.
yeah. So it has a lot of significance in West African culture and meaning like hospitality as well. So we really wanted to bring that to life here. And yeah, this is, like you said, our traditional kind of take on a buba dress.
And they got the
Very flowing. Yeah, we have multiple pockets, side pockets, a deep front pocket, which is inspired by the traditional agbada. So yeah, just kind of bringing a lot of those pieces together in this piece here.
Come through. Yes, bring our traditional wear back here in the States. And then I love the fact that this fabric, you could wear it summer, all seasons, and be able to, like, style it up too. I was like, I have these high boots, Tim boots. I want to rock with this. So yes, I love it. And then let's talk about this piece here. Now, I love this like a traditional sweatsuit, but the quality of it, like speak to that, because
so we're kind of calling this like our physical fitness suit. It's inspired a bit by the military physical fitness uniform. And so the reason we did that was because we kind of tried to bring some of like my background as a designer in the activewear space. Been in the activewear space for about 10 years. And so I wanted to kind of bring some of the traditional dyeing techniques and natural materials to a more kind of active, kind of street silhouette. So so we made some we have our double dyed. We kind of calling this our chocolate wax. Okay. So it's a double dyed cotton twill, also from Nigeria, from Funtua. Everything from our zippers are hand dyed. We also have kind of adjustable zipper on the legs. As a nice kind of boxy, oversized kind of street fit.
I love that you are bringing back the traditional dyes and the cuts and the wears, and then really, putting it into more of a modern state, style too. I can't wait for you to show.
Yeah.
We're
going to show the full spectrum on the runway,
Yes.
Yeah.
So please join us, Bloom Runway Dynasty 9 on June 21st at the Melody Ballroom. Get your tickets at bloom-agency.com or Ticket Tomato.
All right, family, that's our show for today. Thank you so much for hanging with us. I love and appreciate you for it. God willing, we'll be back next week for more. In the meantime, make sure you take excellent care of yourselves. That's the only way you'll be able to take care of anyone else, which is our mission. When you think me, think we. When you think you, think too. See ya. Special thanks to our presenting sponsor, Oregon Health Authority, helping people and communities achieve optimum physical, mental, and social well-being. And thanks to our supporting partners, Loiza, a community-centered event space in the heart of Northeast Portland, and Adorn Boutique for my fabulous wardrobe. Situations and Conversations is a Trey Renee production in conjunction with Thomas Chung Films.